What's up, everybody? Crash here. Welcome back to Crash Gets the Spread, where we talk about sports from a betting perspective. It is Friday, June 14th, and we are talking about the NBA and the WNBA today. If you like the videos, please like the channel, subscribe to the page, all that stuff like that. Very helpful for growing and doing what we're trying to do here. So, starting with yesterday, we had two picks. We had the under in the NHL Stanley Cup Finals. That was not the move. The score was 4-1 in the second period. Panthers rolled on them. Got a couple good shots in back-to-back in the second. Got all the way to 4-1. I knew my 5 was dead. I should have hedged it then, but I didn't know what Edmonton was going to be able to do. So third period, they actually scored 2 fairly close together within a minute or two. And score was 4-3 before I knew it. So should have guessed it. I second guessed it after I recorded it, but I had no reason to doubt it right then. So yeah, I think that series is probably over. But we got one more game in Edmonton to bet on next. I think it's Saturday, but we'll see. Also had the Dream and the Fever over 165. We just thought that two teams that don't play defense and both need a win would probably get to the over. So score ended up being 91-84. Yep, 91-84 Fever. So won a couple games. They're of course beating the bad teams now. Still not able to break through against the better couple teams in the WNBA. So on to today, we are looking at the Celtics and the Mavs. Mavs are moving towards the underdog, the home underdog role. They started out as the 1-point favorite. Now it's moving across the 0 to the 1-point underdog. So Mavs +1 in most spots, and the total's at 211.5. I've been on the over every game, and they've had a lackluster shooting night every game, but it has been a defensive series, so that was my bad. This particular game here is the one that once you've been on the over every game, this is the one where you're dying to bet the under, and of course you feel like in your heart it's going to go over. This is the one where they should be falling back and forth if they're close at the end of the game, but they haven't really had to do that yet. As far as efficiency goes, in game 1, Dallas shot 26% from 3. Boston shot 38%. In game 2, Dallas shot 23% from 3. Boston shot 26%. So both had a terrible night that night. And in game 3, we had a 36 and a 37% night from either team, but Boston shot 46 threes to Dallas's 25. So Boston made 17, Dallas made 9. So that's the big discrepancy is attempts versus makes, or attempts. That's the big discrepancy is attempts. The more you throw up, the more tend to go in. So they made 8 more 3-pointers than Dallas did and only won the game by 7 points again. So if Dallas can figure that out, I think they can compete a little better, but I don't think they have the 3-point snipers that the Celtics do either. So I don't know if the more they put up, the more will go in, unless it's just maybe Luka, Kyrie, and PJ putting them up. So, I think if Tim Hardaway Jr. Was a little more efficient in this series, but he's obviously a liability out there with a -16 plus minus, and he played 19 minutes, had 0 points, -16, plus minus, 3 rebounds, and that was it. So he's obviously a non-factor in this series. So is relying on, like I said, PJ, Kyrie, and Luka for the 3 points. So I am going to be on the under again. The fourth quarter, they've been steadily scoring lower than 51 points. The first game was 44, second game was 46, the third game was 50, but in the second quarter of that third game, they only scored 40 points. So the under was still the play there. So Dallas even won the rebound battle in that last game, 43-36. But Luka fouled out at 27 points with about 5 minutes left. So I'm starting to ramble here, but just trying to convince myself that Dallas might not have their plane tickets booked already, and they might want to play another game. But I am on Boston, even though it's the public side. Everybody's on Boston. I probably will try to hedge it in some sort of way, maybe with a parlay of some sort. But I'm on Boston in the under for this game. I am going to be betting WNBA today. There's 2 games. I like the Minnesota Lynx over the Sparks. The spread is pretty big, but the Lynx are a team that can cover that. The Sparks aren't that good of a team this year. They compete against certain teams, but the Minnesota Lynx are a elite defensive squad also, and I think this game has potential to get out of hand by the end, and maybe starters leave and the under hits. So that's where I'm at for that one. Minnesota Lynx minus the 13 and the under. If we look at their last game, last time these 2 teams played was June 5th. So 9 days ago. And the Lynx won 86-62. So under the 155 spread there, Lynx covered the -7 point spread that they had. Now we're up to a -13, and the total's gone up. So it's fluctuating between 160 and 159 right now. I'm going to go ahead and go under. And we look at the breakdown of how they scored. Minnesota just came out and beat them pretty good in the first quarter and cruised to a victory. So I kind of expect that same kind of game today. Chicago Sky and Washington Mystics, 2 teams that are Chicago's better than Washington. Washington just got their first win. Let's see. Their very last game against the Dream. Total got to 156 with a score of 87-68. And we're looking at a total of 158 today against a team who is better at scoring and could use another win. So Washington's going to be motivated to get their second win, and Chicago's not the best defensive team, so I'm going over the 158, and I'm just going to go Chicago money line on this one. So not force them to win by 3, just force them to win. All right, but those are going to be my picks. Like I said, I like the Celtics in the under in the NBA game. I'm on the Lynx in the under in the Sparks and Lynx WNBA game, and I'm on the Sky in the over in the Chicago and Washington Mystics game. So lock those in. Let's get this money, and we'll be back tomorrow to talk whatever sports we're on. I think we're doing hockey tomorrow.